All right, we have Jen Persons here, teacher, and Devin, my student. He is in 7th grade. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, so Devin did the reading assessments with me, and he did a great job. He's a great reader. So we're gonna do some lessons to help him become an even greater reader, right? Right, Devin? He's super excited. All right, so we are gonna start with what I want to do is you did really great on the reading. I want to help you when you run into a word you don't know. I want to help you figure out ways to decode those words so that you can figure out what those words mean. So some of these words I'm going to show you, you probably know. Some you might not know. But I want you to tell me if you see something that they have in common.
The graphy at the end.
Nice. Okay, so graph. They all have part of the word that says graph. Do you know what they call that part of the word? And there's a part in the middle of the word.
It's been like a year or two since we did this now.
That's all right. I'll tell you. It is called the root. The root of the word. Have you heard of that before? Okay. I actually like how they call it the root because it's kind of like the main part of the word, like holds the word together. So the root, graph, actually has a meaning. Do you want to guess what you think it might mean?
A type of like structure, form of the word.
That's a good guess. The root, graph, is actually a Latin word, and it means to write. Hi, we have another friend joining us here today. So graph, it's a Latin root, and it means to write. So when you look at these words, hello, where's my, okay, here we go.
No roots. Go. Go look at the fish.
This one I'm sure you've heard, paragraph. So para is a part of writing. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
So if you came upon this word paragraph and you hadn't heard it before, you could kind of figure it out by knowing that graph means to write and para means part.
Oh.
Boots,
no.
Boots.
Don't block the camera. Here.
Okay.
Come on, we're gonna go lay over here by the fish. We'll go look at the fish. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Very pretty fish.
Okay, so if you hadn't heard the word paragraph, you could figure it out just by knowing what those parts of the word mean.
Wait.
Can you tell me, what do you think by looking at this, the root graph, and there's also a prefix, the beginning of the word, what do you think that might mean?
Writing about your life.
Nice, awesome. So bio is life, and to write, so biography, writing about someone's life. Nice. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I've got 2 roots here that we're gonna work on today. Graph is one of them, so we already know what that means. Graph means to write in Latin. All right, here is our other root, meter. Meter is a Greek root. It means to measure. Can you think of any words you've heard before that have the root meter in them?
Meter. The word meter.
Meter.
So
Yeah, meter, okay.
the length, 3 feet in a yard meter.
Awesome.
The meter.
Okay. All right, well, it's also the root of a lot of different words. So what I'm going to have you do is, I've got a word bank here with some prefixes, and I want you to try to come up with 10 new words. Maybe you've heard the word, you don't know what it means, you do know what it means, or maybe you're just making them up and putting them together, and you want to see if it is a word. So we can use this here. Try to come up with 10 using these prefixes and these roots.
How many do you want me to write?
We'll just start by seeing how many you can come up with. And then we'll go from there. I guess at least 5 if you can come up with 5 for now. Or if you think of more, you can always add more.
I can make a lot of words with this, so I'm just gonna do 5 as a minimum.
Okay, that'll work. Awesome. Okay. So let's see. Your first word, geography. Let's take a look at our root meanings. So you used geo. Let's find that on here. Geo means
Earth.
earth and
Earth writing.
writing about earth. Geography, also the study of the earth. Nice one. Okay. Centi, we've got that one on here.
100.
1/100th
Meter.
meter. So
100th of a meter.
centimeter, 1/100th of a meter. Cool, huh? How you kind of figure it out? So let's see. You've got photograph. I'm sure we all know what a photograph is, but let's use our
Picture writing.
coding here. So next page. Photo. So photo is picture or light. So, yeah, kind of picture writing. All right, let's see your next word. Auto means
So,
self.
writing.
Bio is life and writing. So that one's kind of tricky because it's got 3. So auto is self, life, and to write. So what could we say about the definition of that word? How would you describe it to someone who didn't know that word?
Writing about yourself.
Yes, someone writing about their life. Awesome. Nice job. All right, so your last one, telegraph. Oh, that's okay.
Oh, Jen's teacher does not need to see that.
That's okay. Okay, so your last one is telegraph. Tele, we have here, means
Distant.
distant and writing.
No,
So we are
you can
sending,
put the pencil
right, we're sending writing over a distance. All right, nice job. So, let's see. Two.
You might not get your pencil back for a little while. Just keeping the cat busy.
Oh, that's okay. No big deal. All right, let me pause it for just a second. Oh. Okay, we got the kitty out of the way.
Alright,
All right, so now
I made a straight paper.
we've got our words that we came up with by putting the prefixes and the roots together, and we have figured out the meaning by looking at the meaning of those roots and prefixes. So what we're going to do next, Devin, is I'm going to have you come up with some sentences for these words. And I've got the meanings here. You could write them right down here. You're going to try to come up with a sentence for each of those new words that we made up. No, they don't have to be in order. No, that's fine.
A.
She's not supposed to be up there.
I'm done.
Awesome. Let's check it out. Okay, so our first word was geography. We said that was writing about or studying about the earth. Geography is the study of earth. Awesome. Here's our word. Smile for the photograph. Photograph was our second word. The author wrote an autobiography. Awesome. I like how you edited the author. Someone writing about themselves. How many milligrams is 1 centimeter? Who invented the telegraph? Awesome. That's a good one. Nice job using our new words. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we did awesome on our graph and meter words. I'm going to introduce another root. First, we're just going to look at a word here. Chronological. Have you heard that word before?
Yes.
What do you think that means? Do you have a guess?
Putting something from first to last or greatest to least.
Nice. Awesome. Chronological. So a lot of times you'll hear people say put something in chronological order. So starting with the earliest event and then moving on. So I want you to circle for me. What do you think the root part of this word is? Awesome. Chrono. Perfect.
Oh, I actually got it right.
That is the root.
Pretty unexpected. I was not thinking that. But
Good.
the
Well,
actual
you
answer
had to
was.
think about it. That's perfect. You
It
did.
looks
So
like it would be because I heard all the other words.
chrono is the root of this word. It is actually a Greek word. The Greek word chronos means time. So meaning time, putting things in time order, chronological. So I've got some more words here for you. You might not have heard this word before. Can you read it for me?
Chronograph.
Chronograph. Awesome. Looking at our roots, what do you think that means?
Writing about time.
Writing about time. Nice. So he looked at chrono, meaning time, and graph, meaning write.
Sorry.
No, you're doing great. It's actually an instrument for recording time. So perfect. So even though you have maybe never seen this word,
Fancy word for stopwatch.
yeah, pretty much.
Or timer.
It's actually, yeah, just records time, pretty much. But even if you hadn't heard this word, now that you know all these roots, you can kind of take a guess on what that word might mean. Whoops. We dropped one. Be right back. Okay. All right, let's see. Now we've got another one here. using two of those new roots that we learned. Can you take-
Chronometer.
Nice, chronometer. What do you think that might be?
Measuring time.
Measuring time. Sounds like a fancy word for a watch, right? Measuring time. It's actually a clock, an extremely accurate clock that people use for scientific things like navigating and astronomical things. So, a chronometer. But like I said, even if you hadn't heard that word, you came across it in a book, you could think, well, let's see, time and meter, measuring time, right? All right, let's see. So I have a couple more here. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna let you choose. I've got a couple more words with the root chrono. So they all have to do with time. And what I did is, I've got the definitions on the back for you. I want you to pick 3 of these. You are allowed to look at the back to see what they mean. I want you to circle the root, and then I'm gonna have you come up with a sentence for 3 of these new chrono words. Word choice number 1.
Nope. I have them all over here. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I'm
Putting this one to the side.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so go ahead and circle the root. Nice job. Chrono. And then you're going to come up with a sentence for those words. those sentences. Okay. Let me hold on to those. You got the root word circled. Awesome. So synchronize, something that occurs at the same time. Synchronize the watches. Great. That's a great example. Chronicle. So now you know that chronicle means a written account of historical events. We've got chronicleize the events of ancient Egypt. Nice. I like how you use the word events. And chronic. Persisting for a long time or constantly. The chronic events are the same events in different eras. Awesome. That's all right. Sound it out. Nice job. All right, so this was a tricky one. I thought you might not choose this one. I hadn't even heard of this word before.
Yes, I've never heard of that word.
Anachronism. So I'm going to circle. It's got chron. It's got that time. It's got that time root in it. I hadn't heard of this either. It's a person or thing that is placed in a time period where it does not fit. So something that doesn't fit where it's supposed to be. So let's see, like what if you were watching a movie about dinosaurs and one of the dinosaurs had like a camera and he was taking pictures? Do you think that would be an anachronism? Yeah, it doesn't fit. Dinosaurs didn't have cameras, so something that doesn't fit where it's supposed to be. All right, so now you've got one more thing to do with those chrono words. I've come up with some sentences, and I'm going to have you tell me which one you think fits in the sentence. Which one of our chrono words? The swimmers blank their movements.
Synchronize.
Synchronize. Awesome. The swimmers synchronize their movements. The caveman wearing a watch was a blank for the story.
Anachronism.
Anachronism. Let's read it together. Anachronism. That's a tough one. Let's see. They put the stories in blank order.
Chronological order.
Oh, yeah, where'd that one go? Chronological. Nice. Okay, and the last one. The patient had blank pain.
Chronic.
Chronic. Nice. That's where I've heard that word a lot. If someone's in chronic pain, it means just constant pain. So that's actually the most times I've heard that word. Awesome. We learned a lot of new words today and roots. So now, let's just look at these one more time. Now, when you come across a word that has chrono, you're going to know it means something about time. Graph, something about writing. And if you come across a word with the root meter,
measure.
It's probably has something to do with measuring. Awesome. Nice job on these. And next time, we're going to work on some more roots and learn some more new words. And I even learned a new word, anachronism. I had not heard that word before.